Hi everyone, very clear message today. The grass isn't greener. Somebody you're connected into is going to start sliding back into your message box, okay? Girl fight, bad reputation. There's somebody that you felt you were competing with, okay? I feel it is another person today, not just a situation, okay? But the grass isn't greener. I feel that your person feels empty, there's a lot of regret, there's a lot of loneliness, okay? The person who you're competing with, whether this is love or, you know, whatever, somebody else, all right, I'm just hearing that they're a really kind of almost cheap version of you. They're not you. They were never you, and they're never ever going to be you. But get ready here, because this person is going to start messaging again. All right, so let's have a little look. Let's have a look at the past. Let's see what their past behaviour was like, or sort of the root of your relationship. Then we'll have a look at the present, see what's going on in their environment, and then we'll go to the best possible outcome and anything else that might come out today. Righty-ho, I'll just give this a shuffle. I hope you're well. Thanks so much for watching. All your likes and your comments and your support means the world to me. Thank you so much. If you'd like a reading, just click on the title of the video. The links are in the description box, okay? Links to the website. All the readings are on there. Oh dear, check out the free relationship report as well if you want to. And let's get into it. And I'm sending all of you loads of love, okay? Loads of love. Ah, yes. Right, your relationship in the past was a bit toxic. Okay, so we're going to narrow this right down in the first couple of minutes, hopefully. You could have been dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra or Gemini, Sun, Moon or Rising. Okay, it's not just the sun sign. You know, the moon sign represents the emotional, how you are emotionally. Okay, your rising sign, although not an astrologist, is kind of how you present yourself, your personality. So, Knight of Swords in the reverse has come out. So, this is somebody who, yeah, they were just all or nothing, okay? They were all or nothing. I feel that they probably swept you off your feet. They probably came in quite quickly, okay? This could be somebody, and you know, it's so easy to do because we're trusting people, but it could be somebody that it was quite an intense relationship from the beginning, and possibly they wanted to be part of your life quite quickly. Like I'm hearing, you know, they didn't want to take it slowly. You know, they got their feet under the table, as we say in UK, meaning that, you know, they wanted to be introduced to your family, your friends, maybe your children, okay? But they've got quite a spiteful side to them, especially with words, all right? I feel they became at some point in your relationship quite either jealous or just spiteful. You know, they would oppose your plans. They would try and stop you from doing what you wanted to do, okay? They could have been possessive, but I'm just hearing the word spiteless. They had got a rude side to them. They had a very tactless side to them, and they could be very, very hurtful. Okay, and I think for whoever this is for today, what really cut you up the most was they went from, you know, this whirlwind almost romance, courtship. I know it's an old-fashioned word, but you know, you were suddenly part of everything they did and vice versa, to somebody who, and also lazy. You know, the Knight of Swords is somebody who doesn't take the action. You know, they talk about it, they talk the words, you know, air, it's a mental thing. So they're talking the words, but they don't really do anything. You know, they've got all these big plans, all these big ideas, okay? But nothing ever really kind of gets off the ground. And they never really plan very well. And also they can be gossipy. Now, because this has come up in the past, they definitely involved you in like a triangle of some sort with this other person that you felt you were competing with. It could have been a love relationship, it could be somebody else, but you always felt that you were competing with this person, and your person almost enjoyed it. You know, I'm just seeing you sitting in front of them and they're not even taking on board that you've caught them out gossiping, or you've caught them out playing one person off against the other. Okay, just playing one person off against the other. All right, now this person who you were competing with has got a bad reputation. Okay, so you will know who this is. Whether they've got a bad reputation for breaking up relationships, if it's love, or they've just got a bad reputation for being a complete pain in the arse, I just heard. Okay, I just heard they're a complete pain in the arse. All right. So yeah, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. But what you don't see, the unknown, is the Knight of Cups. You've got a proposal coming in, an offer, an invitation, okay? The only thing with this is, with that Knight of Swords, are they lying? You know, what do they really want? I think your person's got a very fragile sense of identity. I don't think they're a particularly strong person. It's not, they became somebody completely different to the person that you fell in love with, okay? And they were always very sceptical about your plans, what you were going to do. You know, they just wrecked some of your stuff, whatever that is. I just heard the word wrecked, okay? And also, I'm hearing that song that, oh, come on, Keeley. Miley Cyrus, it's an oldish song, you came in like a wrecking ball, okay? They did. This isn't somebody who took it slowly. You know, you date someone for 6 months, then maybe you meet the friends. This is someone within, you know, a very short period of time that literally swept into your life, swept you off your feet. I don't think you planned to fall in love with this person. I don't feel they were your type, particularly, okay? They ticked all the boxes in the end, and then they revealed themselves, okay? And, you know, towards the end of this relationship, it was really difficult for you because of this triangle. Yeah, Magician in the reverse, okay? They just lied. I don't like the Magician in reverse. It's somebody who is just a liar, really. They just lie. Not white lies. You know, we can all tell white lies if we're totally honest. Sometimes we just tell little white lies because, you know, we don't want confrontation. But the Magician in reverse to me is somebody who lies. Just an example that, you know, they're single when they're married. You know, we're talking big lies here. Big, big lies. And they involved somebody else. Like I say, this other person. Who's this person with the bad reputation? Bad reputation. Alright, okay, possibly a fire sign, okay. 6 of Wands, it's in the reverse, but what I'm hearing is fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, but it's somebody who's very selfish. They like to win, okay, it could be a home wrecker. They just have to win, they don't care, alright. And this is why they're coming back, or they'll be back in your messages, because they've had their fingers burnt, or they've woken up to the fact that this person with the bad reputation really isn't a good person at all, okay? But they just have to win at all costs. They're selfish. You know, it's somebody that will have an affair with somebody else, not because they're in love with that person, but because they will gain something from it, maybe more money, maybe a bigger house, maybe more social standing, okay? You know, it's when somebody chases somebody to better themselves, it's not love, okay? If it's not love and it's somebody else, just and you know, whatever your situation is, they just have to win. They're always like people looking up to them, and it was somebody who was always telling you how well they'd done, or name dropping. I'm hearing name dropping. Now, it doesn't have to be celebs, it just name dropping within whatever situation you were in, okay? Even as much as there could have been a person that you didn't get on with, quite rightly so, and this person would just name drop that they'd seen them or something. You were gaslit, okay? You were gaslit. Another one, yeah, absolutely. This person was just a gossip, a malicious gossip. This one with a bad reputation, fire sign possibly, a malicious gossip who was out for themselves, totally, utterly and completely. Never, ever, ever took any form of, didn't take the blame at all. Never had, just got no self-awareness. Really, really shallow. But they do manage to charm people, okay? There's a lot of people that wouldn't even know they were like this. And you, unfortunately, were stuck in the middle of all of this. And your person who, you know, as I described earlier, it's been very difficult for you. Very, very difficult for you. Yeah, bottom of the deck, Lovers in reverse. It caused a lot of disharmony, a lot of trust issues. You know, lots of conflict. There was just a massive lack of accountability here. And you know something, these two people really, whoever they are a match made in heaven. You know, they'd ruin another relationship. They'd ruin it. Okay, but your person has realised that they miss you. They miss you, okay? Because I think they've met their match in some ways. They're both as selfish as each other. And I know that sounds a bit harsh and I've been a bit blunt, but that's what I feel. I'm just going to get a message for you because you've been through the ringer, as we say, over the pond. Through the ringer. Let's just get a message for you. Archangel Michael, you are protected. Let go of your fear. Okay, let go of your fear about something, but also there's something it's not right to take action on. There's something you're waiting for that you haven't got yet. It's not in your reality. It's making you nervous. Whatever it is, just try and trust. Try and trust. I know it's not easy when your back's up against the wall and you know you've got things going on. And someone says, well, just trust. And you're like, yeah, and I know, I get that. But if you can try and trust. Because the last advice card for you is change is coming, all right? You're being guided to some transformation. You're going, these opportunities, whatever it is coming in, okay? Just hang on in there. Usually before the biggest breakthrough, and this, you know, I only ever say things from my own personal experience because I think that's all any of us can really do, whoever we're listening to online. In my experience, the biggest breakthroughs come just when you're about to give up, crawl under a rock and never come out again, okay? Just hang on in there and also just let it go. Just say, you know what, I'm just letting this go. It's all fine. Everything's working out for me. Everything's working out for me. Just repeat that on a loop, okay? It will stop you spiralling. Your brain will fight it, and it can cause you to feel anxious in your body as well, because that's your nervous system. Regulate your nervous system if this is your reading, because this person's coming back as well. And just try and let whatever it is that you're waiting for, it will come in, okay? Let's get back to your friend. I'm going to call it your friend, and that is tongue-in-cheek today. Let's see what they'd like to say to you, okay? Let's have a little inkling. Why can't I move on from you? Well, we know why. Because they've met the match with Cruella, whether male or female. You remember what was it, 101 Dalmatians, Cruella de Vil. I think that describes this person. I can't stop thinking about you. I am stuck in visions of us together. Life without you is hopeless, dark, depressing. I miss your light. Yeah, they do. That's the difference. You have a light. You have a conscience. You have empathy. You are kind. Okay? And no one will ever compare to you again. No one. Doesn't matter. They can walk to the ends of the earth, this person. Okay? And they will walk to the ends of the earth. But nothing will compare to you. Even on the surface, if it looks like they're happy and, you know, living their life and doing whatever they're doing, this message is saying something completely different. Okay? So, yeah, this is what they'd like to say to you. Let's see what else we've got here. I want to apologise, I need your forgiveness. Now that's going to be the basis of the message, okay? Someone's hoping to bump into you. Let's split the deck. I know that we have a soul connection. Okay, yeah, maybe. You know, again, only my personal beliefs. Always believe what feels right to you. Always. Never take what anyone else is saying. But my personal belief is that, you know, we come here to grow, and we do meet people that trigger us and people who literally send us to our knees, and it normally does spark some form of spiritual growth. You know, you change as a person, you start thinking about yourself more, you come back to yourself, you still sit there and think, you know what, I'm not giving anymore. I'm fed up of this, I'm just going to concentrate on me. And that is not selfish. We're conditioned from this big. We go to school, sit down, do this, do that, or you're not picked, or you're picked, or what you're doing, or don't do that, that's selfish. You know, so by the time we get to adults, usually we're just totally overgiving, okay? It's okay to be selfish. Bring your energy back to you, especially if this is your reading and you were involved with somebody, the Knight of Swords energy in the negative energy. Because the Knight of Swords in negative can be someone who's really quite abusive, all right? Out of all the knights, you know, the Knight of Wands is a player, and you never know quite who they're with or what they're with, but they are just reckless and impulsive. But the Knight of Swords, no, that's a whole different ball game for me personally. Right, I'm going to now look at the best possible outcome, please. What is the best possible outcome, whoever this is for today? Okay. Right, two things I've got to say here before we wrap this up, everybody. They're going to take some action, they're going to come forward, and you're going to hear from them. But I feel in the long run, unless, you know, you change, because obviously your thoughts do create your reality, so you have free will, you get to decide. But I feel from this that you're feeling it's just got no potential left, that you'd be wasting your time, and you're not willing to take on this person's burdens, you're not willing to be the only one doing anything, and that really it would just be a struggle, okay, that you would end up being the one having to do all the hard work, okay, do all the hard work. So I'll leave that with you, all right? You know, always just put yourself first. I'm just hearing, put yourself first. There is an amazing change coming for you. One of these, please, Spirit. Yeah, let me just read this to you. You're going to have a wonderful experience. A project, whatever that is going to be a total success, bringing awards, promotions, or some other recognition for your efforts. Well done. Know that this is heaven sent and say yes. There's a big thing coming into your life. This can apply to anything. It's a general reading. What is it? It just means success. It's a different deck. It's a beautiful deck, one of my favourite decks. But the card actually is the Six of Wands if it was in a tarot deck. Okay, so you're going to get that success. You're going to be supported. Okay, and you're going to be recognised for who you are and your light. All right, and I just heard it's going to drive your ex mad. It's going to drive them mad. Yeah, your plans are on target. Your plans are on target. Yeah, keep going. You know, just keep going. I just feel today someone's struggling, okay? And it's all of this. Someone's struggling. Oh, I knew I was going to pull another card. I'm going to wrap this up. It's the Six of Wands. There we go. That's exactly it. And Spirit's saying, come on, Keeley. Six of Wands. You've got this. You have got it. Try and detach. And by detachment, I know I talk about it a lot, but if you can do this, it will change your life. Just have faith. And I know from life experience how hard it is to have faith when it's all going wrong. But take a step back. Reclaim your power. Just remember, you are perfect. You are whole and complete. Nobody compares to you. Nobody is you. All right, shine that light and tell yourself every day in the mirror for at least 30 days just how wonderful you are and how much you love yourself. Okay, write down every day something, you know, that you're, something about you that you're good at. Your brain is wired to look for the negative. That's evolution. The brain is wired to have a negative bias. That's how it keeps us safe. But unfortunately, the brain doesn't realise that most of the time we're not actually being chased by lions, okay? It will just revert to the old stories, override it. It's coming in, okay, along with your past person. Obviously, you decide what you want to do with that. All right, I love you all very, very much. Stay strong, okay? Whatever it is, you will get through this. You will, okay? I love you all.